welcome to Monkey Trunk Collective, and today's little video is all about this. This is my brand new painted Nexus Pro, which we are calling the Flower of Scotland. I'm not going to go too much over the Nexus because you'll have seen a million reviews about it already, and there's also a review back on our channel if you have a look when we first received this. And but this is just finally finished the paint job on it, and we've also tuned it up a bit as well. And yeah, just going to go over what we've done to it. So modifications wise, inside we've added a spring spacer, and we've added a foot-long metal brass barrel and a worker scar barrel. The brass barrels we just popped out the aluminium barrel that comes with the Nexus Pro, and we just slotted the brass straight in there. We've just got some E-tape around that, and the kind of plumbing tape sealing it in, so we've got a nice tight seal where it seals into the kind of pusher breech bit, and then that's coming through there. We've got some more tape here where it seats just in the barrel tip there, and then it comes out through. You can still keep the kind of muzzle brake on there as well, it just slides over the top of the brass. And then we've got some E-tape and the worker scar on the end. The spring spacer we put in was about an inch long, about 25mm, and that kind of seated back into the spring cap, and so probably only gave about 15mm compression to the spring. So I think you can maybe squeeze a bit more out of that, but I'm quite happy with the FPS figures I'm getting out of this. I'll go on to them in a second. Yeah, and then we just kind of re-greased everything and stuff. We took out one of the D-prime locks as well, so we can D-prime the blaster when if we have to pull it back to take a mag out, I can then D-prime it. But yeah, so FPS wise, with the Adventure Force Pro darts that comes with the Nexus, and which it seems to be tuned for out the box, we are now up to an average of 210 FPS. The really consistent shots, so a high of 222 and a low of 199, I think it was. You can see in the chrono video at the beginning there, and an average of I think it was 208 FPS, which I'm super happy with. Having this shooting over 200 FPS with those darts is brilliant. There's a bit of a dip when I've switched to the Worker Gen 2 darts, which is the reason I've done that is it's right now in the Brit North community, most of the high FPS games we go to, they're generally the most common dart. So I used Worker Gen 2 is generally the most common dart used at a high FPS event just now in the UK, and with them I got an average of 168 FPS, which is still a massive improvement. I think this was hitting about 130 FPS with the Worker Gen 2 darts out of the box, so it's an increase of nearly 40 FPS just with the quick swap out of the barrel. I must admit as well, the swapping of the brass barrel is not a big job. It literally took 10 minutes, took the shell apart, slotted it in, bit of tape, there it was. There was no epoxying, no dremeling needed, nothing. It was literally drop in. And the spring spacer as well, I used a piece of copper pipe for the spring spacer, and it was literally just cut a bit of the pipe, slotted it in, and it just goes onto the spring cap. Dead easy, really simple mod to do to get extra bit of power out of this thing. Anyway, so onto the paint job. Obviously I decided was going to have this blaster in my personal collection, so it was going to get my kind of personal theme paint job with the green and the tartan and the orange and the black, as most of my blasters have. Decided to put a bit more work into the kind of 2K on this blaster, and it was the first time I've done a kind of multi-layered 2K lacquer job, and I'm really happy with how it came out. First time we've also used metal holographic flakes as well through the spray gun with the 2K lacquer, and yeah, absolutely fantastic results, and a massive shout out to Tom at FDS for kind of talking us through a lot of that and kind of telling us how to do it, and really fantastic results. Really happy with it. So we started off base coat with the standard kind of emerald green, metallic green that we use in most of my blasters, on the main shell here anyway. We then masked some of that off, and we did the silver hex hydro dip over the top. This wasn't my first choice hydro dip. I wanted the small hex that I'd used on a few other projects before, but it was out of stock and this was the only one I could get, so I tried it and I was quite happy with it. I like the way the kind of green comes through the silver on there, but so I kept that quite just on the top part of the shell here. And originally I had the grips all black, just a metallic black. Wasn't really happy with that, so I decided to add the hydro dip to the grips as well, and I just like the way it ties in. Also did that on the stock as well, so originally I just had the stock black, we added some of the hydrographics on the top as well. After we'd done that kind of basic, I then hit everything with a 2K lacquer with the holographic green metallic flake mixed through it. which was great. It really makes this green pop over the metallic green. It's just fantastic. And what I really love as well is on the matte black, the holographic green, it gives it almost a kind of galaxy feel to it. It's really just gives the black a completely different feel, with this kind of sparkly, kind of really deep, the depth of the green and the sparkle going through it. Really fantastic. Over that, then we did the custom decals. So instead of doing the tartan hydro dip, because I'd already done the silver hex hydrographics, I decided to just go with decals for the tartan. And there's lots of these little cutouts on the shell, so I thought I'd utilise them. I'll throw some pictures up of how they are. So we just painstakingly cut out tartan decals to fit in all these little gaps, just to give it some a really kind of subtle hint and some highlights, just to kind of tie it in with my usual theme. And then when it came to naming the blaster, because this is the most powerful blaster you can buy off the shelf in a toy store, in America anyway, not in Europe, I had an idea of naming the blaster because obviously it's the most powerful blaster you can get. It would sting when it hits you, so I thought of a kind of naming it after the thistle, the Scottish thistle, because they sting as well. So I went through a few different names, but then I settled on the Flower of Scotland, because the thistle's the national flower of Scotland and is the Scottish national anthem and very famous thing here in Scotland, and so I settled on that. But just to change it up a bit, so I decided to name it in Gaelic, which is the kind of old Scottish language, still used today in lots of parts of Scotland, and it's the Flua na Halba, is how it's pronounced, and I've got that on the barrel there and on the side of the shell here, just to make a difference. And I've got some kind of thorn decals and stuff going on there as well, and then some actual thistle decals on the back there. So yeah, once the decals were done, then it was another layer of 2K lacquer, this time just a standard layer, just to really seal everything in, seal the decals in. And so this has now had two layers of 2K lacquer, so the paint job's absolutely solid. I reckon this could get dropped and kicked about and it would not chip or scrape, and you'd just be able to polish these scratches back out. And yeah, possibly the most solid paint job I've ever done on a blaster anyway. As I say, I did a couple of little Monkeystron logos just here and there, one on the barrel, little tiny one on the handle there, and one on the stock. Just usual, nothing too in your face, quite subtle. Can't wait to actually use this once we get out and playing again. Hopefully that will be this year. We don't know, we'll see. But anyway, hope everyone's staying safe out there. I hope everyone's getting on with the projects, keeping themselves busy, and looking forward to the day we can get out and fling some foam again. Make sure you check out Foam Fest. We've got Foam Fest Live happening again this May, Saturday the 15th of May. It's going to be great, worldwide. Once again, a worldwide online event for the Nerf community. There's going to be lots going on. We're busy trying to line up new guests and stuff for this event this year, so we're going to have some nice fresh content for you all to sit and watch all day. And yeah, make sure you check out Foam Fest, the UK's Nerf convention, on Facebook, also their YouTube channel, and you can go to the website as well, Foam Fest UK. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us here on YouTube, like our page on Facebook, follow us over on Instagram, and you can check out our Etsy store. We've got a couple of blasters up on the Etsy store, hopefully I have a few more going up soon. Any purchases off the Etsy store really help us, and it's really much appreciated, and your chance to win something special from the Monkeystron Workshop. But anyway, thanks for watching guys, we'll see you later.